I have learned programming in college in a structured way, taken courses, passed exams. I have used coding in my PhD and postdoc, and I'm using it at my job now. For a long time, I have thought that I know a lot of programming, at least the grades said so. But deep down, I have had a terrible imposter syndrome, feeling that I'm not a good programmer or a coder at all, because of some typical mistakes that everyone commits. I learned how to clear exams. I wanted to code first and learn later. I didn't want to know what's happening under the hood. I wanted to build cool projects before knowing what the projects meant. I've taken a ton of certifications by just clicking the next button. It's very easy these days. But taking a structured coding course is not the first step of learning how to code. Writing a buggy code is. Coding expertise doesn't lie in badges on websites, but thinking while solving problems. Competing to solve problems under time pressure. Then actually implementing it to build something helpful. Something that solves an actual problem, or something that's relevant to a job description. So the approach is, take a structured course or read a book to learn the fundamentals, do a drill, then do 10 more, then solve some real world problems, and then make and compete, meaning make codes and projects and then compete in competitions under time constraints against real people and real world problems. Time distribution should be 30% to learn concepts, 10% for initial drills, 60% to get your hands dirty on projects that have a purpose that you understand. This playlist is not comprehensive enough. It shows the path to be a good programmer from a noob, but not everything. Sometimes we get preoccupied with coding. We get a sense of achievement after doing 10 programming drills. But remember to read or watch something regularly just on concepts instead, where someone explains the concepts while coding in an interesting way, going through every line and showing how to interpret what's happening underneath. It won't be that hard, at least not in the case of programming. If all the YouTube tutorials are removed, probably coding tutorials will still remain because there are that many resources on this. A common dilemma is hating math but wanting to learn programming. It's easy these days, but admit that programming is not making some cool images or plots. It's math in the background. But if you abandon programming just because you hate math, you lose both math and programming. Therefore, when you learn something, make sure that the instructor can make you understand the underlying math clearly. And the last thing, it's not going to happen that you'll read a book or take a certification in programming and then you'll be able to sell that ability for the rest of your life without continuous learning. Because you're a programmer, which is very tiny, you're learning programming, which is very vast. You can't grasp everything, and there will be new use test cases and use cases and new projects, new problems every day. It's that simple. After going through the playlist, if you end up with slight dizziness and feeling that you're unorganized and have a lot more to learn, that you don't know most of programming or machine learning yet, and the burning sensation to dig some more into programming, then this venture is successful. If you have grasped the essence, welcome to the playlist. I'll show you how to be a good programmer from a noob.